Now, if we want to get some advice on small businesses, a good person to go to would be one of the original cast members on the ABC show Shark Tank, which is exactly what I did. Over half of small and medium-sized businesses in the U.S. actually fail within the first 5 years of operation. Well, that's why entrepreneur and original shark from Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington, has actually teamed up with the U.S. Postal Service to share basic tips for growing business in the growing world of e-commerce. And he actually joins us right now. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us.
Tina, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. You know, let's start out actually why you decided to team up with the U.S. Postal Service. How did that turn out?
Well, it's turned out great because I got to go back 30 years to when I first started in doing business with the United States Postal Service. I was a young entrepreneur 30 years ago doing these crazy infomercials that you see, Tony Little fitness products and Jack LaLanne juicers and kitchen and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I said, I need to build a dream team. And you mentioned that 50% of businesses will fail within 5 years. I don't want to be part of that failure side. I want to be part of the success side. So when I teamed up with the United States Postal Service back then, I said, I need to put my mind at ease on getting the product shipped to the consumer. And so that was just unbelievable. For 30 years, they've been doing an amazing job for me. And recently we said, you know what, with all these failures that are happening and now the rise of e-commerce, why don't we do a program that we can help the many entrepreneurs out there, give them a couple of tips. And I learned quite a few things being on Shark Tank and doing deals on Shark Tank and the number of years of being out there as an entrepreneur also. So we're sharing some tips and success stories of some of the things that we've been involved with. So I've developed 2 or 3 things that I can help entrepreneurs with. And if we get a chance, maybe we'll talk about some of that here today.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Because if you, of course, want to be successful in what you're doing, you go to the best. So that's why, of course, we've turned to you, Kevin. And like you said, I think a lot of small businesses hear a lot of things like e-commerce and they don't really know, like you said, the steps in order to maybe grow that or make that a success in their own business. So I'm so, excited to hear what you have come together with.
So we said the first step is actually surrounding yourself with a dream team. And this is what I did 30 years ago when I mentioned, I teamed up with the United States Postal Service, but also operational experts and finance people. We raised capital because I had a former bank president. And so raising capital, getting this product shipped, having operations, doing all that stuff, great. The dream team, right? So now that helped me be solid and stable and go to the next step. Now, today, what's changing in the world? Digital. There's fewer people that are actually watching television because they're watching digital. They're watching some of the other channels. They're watching Netflix. They're on Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat is now 8 billion videos a day. So think about the rise of e-commerce, yes, but also the digital platforms that are out there. So you've got Facebook and you've got LinkedIn, you've got Pinterest and Instagram. But did you know that people are making big money on all these platforms? So when somebody says to me, but I just have a brick and mortar store, how am I going to do any of that? These are the people that are actually being very successful by doing digital techniques and building their businesses with digital. So maybe one of your dream team should be a digital expert. So that's kind of step 2. So 1 is get the dream team. 2 is get yourself into digital, immerse yourself, and get some digital experts and go explore it and start generating leads and sales off of digital platforms. And the third thing I say is become a key person of influence in your industry and use digital media maybe to become a better known entrepreneur. Write a book. Do some talking, get on some radio shows, get on some talk shows, right? What could be so bad is to raise your profile, write that book you've been thinking about and then go promote that on a couple of different platforms that are out there. So you can't just, if you're an entrepreneur, you can't just sit there and expect it's all gonna happen. You're not gonna be a famous person if you're just sitting around. You've gotta be proactive, build your brand using digital media and become a well-known seasoned entrepreneur.
Well, Kevin, I feel like I could pick your brain all morning, but I know I've got to let you go at some point. So where can I go maybe to get some more information and also to get your new book that's out, Put the Shark in the Tank?
Put a shark in your tank. Well, on my side, I always say go to USPS.com/business, and because the United States Postal Service wants to be a partner like they are for Birchbox and BarkBox and many of these companies, but also my own information is available, official Kevin Harrington on Facebook.
Well, again, I can't thank you enough for taking some time this morning and giving us these great tips. So thank you again, Kevin.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.